Hey Manisha, so happy birthday. You didn't want to do anything too extravagant for your 40th birthday, so I figured we'd do something this year instead. And I've asked a lot of your family and some of your friends to actually list their best memories they've had of you. I figured, why are we thankful for Manisha and be too predictable for Thanksgiving? So I figured we can just get into memories. Now, as you can imagine, you have quite the characters in the family, and some of the stuff you're about to hear is interesting, questionable, but interesting. But before we get into that, I figured I'd just tell you my favorite memory of you. And I remember, when we were first talking, dating, actually before even dating, we were just talking, and I remember I was going through something, just personal, kind of work related, a little bit of each. And I just called you, and we're just still getting to know each other. And I remember sitting in actually a parking lot, just really thinking about something. And I was like, hey, this is kind of what's on my mind. And it was actually a lot to take in, kind of what I was going through. And you were like, hey, you know what? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. And maybe think about it like this, but just know it's gonna be okay. And that meant so much to me. And just hearing that conversation and where I was mentally then, and the amount of comfort and peace I got from you, I was like, wow, I can't wait. I love nothing more than having this person in my life. And it's such a special moment for me, and been through a lot, but it's always been okay. And I think it's a lot of it has to do with the type of person you are. So I'm really thankful for you. I love you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. No.
बर्थडे मिनी खूब खुश रहो। और क्या कहूँ मैं, और मैं तेरे लिए क्या कहूँ, मेरा तो पूरी जिंदगी निकल जाए कहते कहते। हर चीज में इतना साथ दिया है तुमने, और एक हिम्मत रखती हूँ मैं तेरे साथ। यही मेरे सबसे फेवरेट मोमेंट, क्या सारे ही फेवरेट मोमेंट है। बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे। और जिंदगी में उतार चढ़ाव तो आते रहते हैं मनीषा, पर एक जो करेज है वो तेरे में बराबर है और होना चाहिए। और अच्छी हेल्थ हो तेरी। अगेन हैप्पी बर्थडे टू यू। आई लव यू सो मच। बाय।
Happy birthday, Manisha. My favorite memory of you is me taking money from you when you were working at Lido Pizza. So that's the best memory for me. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Manisha. Jeez, one moment I can remember with you. Honestly, there's so many that it'll be difficult for me to just name one. But the one of the few moments I can really remember and I'm touched about is how I asked you for a hoodie before we left for our trip, and you immediately bought me one. And I'm telling you, that thing is coming in handy. I'm wearing it all the time, practically over here. But there's so many moments with you that honestly I can't name, but I know you're the type of person, even though I'm not good at it, if I call you on the whim, you'll drop everything. And you truly do listen to me. And I'm grateful for that. So, happy birthday and happy Thanksgiving.
There are so many good memories over the many years together, but one of my favorites is when we first met at Chinmaya Mission when we were just 6 and 7 years old. It was Manisha's first day in the class, and she sat down next to me and we instantly connected and started chatting. We were talking so much that the teacher actually had to separate us in the class, and ever since then we've been great friends. Our childhood was filled with countless sleepovers at each other's houses, endless plates of chips and cheese and Celeste cheese pizzas, and many, many Hansel and Gretel movie watching nights. I'm so happy that Manisha is back in the area so we can make a lot more memories together and a lot more plates of chips and cheese together. Happy birthday, Manisha. Hope you have a great one. Love you.
Yo, hey Manisha. Me and Shami would like to wish you a happy birthday right from the cockpit, real cockpit right behind me. I'm not lying. You know, when we fly first class here, you know, the food's always so good. It reminds me of Manisha. Every time we visit your house, although I haven't visited your new house, but your cooking is always so good. Yeah, I just remember like in Danbury, look forward to always visiting because, well, because there was a lake, but because there's always going to be some really good food too. And you have all these cool ideas for food that I just never had, and I always look forward to it. So anyways, happy birthday again from me and Shami. She's included here. She's not here, but she's included. Anyways, peace.
Alright, Manisha, happy birthday. Favorite memory? Probably getting interrogated in Stanford by you and Deepu. I remember I was eating cheese or something, and it was a pretty good interview. And then that whole trip, good hospitality, good enchiladas. But happy birthday.
birthday. I feel like we kind of got robbed of some time we could have had together, and we could have had some crazy experiences if it weren't for our little kiddos, but we'll get there soon. I know we'll get there soon. We'll take a girls trip once they get bigger. But I feel like one of my favorite memories is one of the first times we all went out together in the city at the Crocodile Lounge. I feel like that was just such a fun day. We were kind of all just like meeting Tommy, and it was just us four, and it just was a carefree, fun time. So I'm manifesting more of that for you in this coming year, to go out and do your own thing, and also for us to finally get some alone time together. Although we created some really cute kids, so it's been really fun to see them all interact together. Those are obviously fun times, but for us, I think the one-on-one time we get whenever we go out, those few times that we have far in between, we're going to manifest more of in this coming year. So I love you. You're the best, coolest aunt, even though you're not that much older than me. Don't tell Deepu that. That I could have ever asked for, and I am so honored to be in your life and use you as an example on how to raise my kids, and really have your kids help raise my kids. So this is just an awesome connection we have. Okay, love you. Bye.
Happy birthday, Manisha. I think all of my favorite memories with you have really been when I have come to visit you in Virginia. You have always made me feel like I'm right at home, and have treated me like your own time and time again. And you've been like the aunt that I never had. And I really, really appreciate that. And I don't say that lightly. You have really been a wonderful voice of reason, and genuinely just like such a positive and warm energy to be around, but also you're very real, and I really appreciate that. So I'm not sure if I have a specific memory, but I think every time I have come down to visit you guys, you have made me feel so welcomed and like family, and I will always appreciate that. So I hope you have a wonderful birthday, and I value you and love you so much, and I can't wait to see you.
Alright, favorite Manisha memory. I don't know what my favorite memory is, because I feel like there's so many good ones. But I feel like one of the best ones that I remember is like when they lived in Danbury, and they still had the like ocean and the kayaks. And I remember we went kayaking together, and like I weighed more, so I was like in the back, and then we got our rowing so in sync, and it just felt like so effortless. And that was just like so much fun. Like it was just so peaceful, so calm. It was just like good energies. Then I feel like another good one was just like when I first met Manisha, because like Deepu just showed up, and I was like in middle school or something, and like I open the garage to see Deepu, and I see this random woman next to him, and I'm like, who is this? And she was like, isn't your uncle like the worst? And I was like kind of defensive, because I was like, who is this lady? And like, why is she hanging around here? But then we're like playing basketball, and it was just so funny because she was just like cracking up, and we're all playing so bad, which was funny too. Like we're all missing it, and it was just kind of like missing the basket. So that was kind of funny. And then I feel like definitely in college, like Manisha was definitely like my go-to person. I gotta get my calories up. I stayed like 9.5 hours today. In college, I feel like Manisha was just like my go-to person for like when I needed advice or someone to talk to, which was nice, because college was something else. But yeah, that was like, those were probably like some of my good memories. I feel like it's not like one memory, it's just like a time period of memories. But it's just like that time period started when I first saw her in the garage of Newtown, and it's still going. You know, like I feel like every time we meet, it's just like so fun. And I feel like that same like fun, like happy spark of like when I first met her, and like we would hang out in Stanford and like go to like Edo and like Taco Bell and all that stuff. And now even in Virginia when we get like pizza, like it's like that feeling hasn't gone away. So that's why I try to find one memory, because I'm like, wow, like you have like this really strong connection with one person and it feels the same but just better throughout time. And I'm like, that's actually so cool. So yeah, that was that.
My best memory is when, like, yesterday she was sleeping with me. She felt so warm, and it was very nice, and it gave me lots of fun memories. And memory was yesterday when
Not yesterday, like ever.
like the best memory is when I remember when Mom cuddled me, and it was so warm.
Oh, okay. Well, Arya just said the same thing. Can you have anything else? Oh, let's try this again later.
My best memory with Mom is at Old Mexico, and how we were hanging out at the beach, and we were laughing and playing with sand together, and relaxing together, and looking at clouds together, and hanging out in the ocean for a little bit together, and it was so fun, and I just felt loved by her, and I know she felt loved by me, and that's one of my best memory is when we were in Aruba, me and Mommy were finding lizards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Okay. All right.
Happy birthday, Manisha. One of my favorite memories with you recently has been how you told me to read the book Marry Him, which for everybody else, it's all about how there's no Mr. Perfect out there, and whoever you end up with, you're gonna have to put up with some of their differences and quirks. But at the end of the day, if you can be relatively compatible and have a family together, your life will be great and everything will work out, and it's not gonna be some big romantic fantasy that movies and like other industries make it out to be. So it's kind of interesting, but it makes me think a lot about Manisha and the Boost family dynamic, and how Manisha has been like an older sister and second mom to me with dating advice, which I really appreciate. And I'm hoping that one day I will be able to be the same for Arya and Thea. But love you so much. Happy birthday.
Or Chinese, because once I was so proud of making something with lo mein, and you told me the noodles were way overcooked. I had never done that before. I had no idea. You gave me so many tips on cooking. We've had so much fun. I've taught you about makeup. I've taught you about about some of the fashion tips that I have. And it's so much fun sharing clothes together with you. And of course, our shopping sprees. When we've gone into the store, it was about to close in 3 minutes. We had them stay open for an extra 10, and boom, you picked up a couple of numbers that you ended up looking amazing in. And then also from the time when you had the kids and raising them and playing with them and acting silly together, going down to Dickinson Park together. And how about the time when I thought you told me you fell in love at the hotel in New York, at their bar, which had a library in it. I think it was Nobu. And then Deepu said that was about 6 months after you got married. And I misunderstood. I thought that you said that's where I fell in love in Deepu. But we've had so many laughs. And you know my taste, so we've had fun doing cocktails together. You're my buddy to go out with and just have a great time, let loose. I can be myself. I don't have to worry about what I'm going to say. You're the same way. You're one of those people I always think of and visualize as just a real team player and so high-spirited and happy. You're game to do anything. It always brings a twinkle in my eye when I think of that. So I know we're going to have a lot more fun in the coming years doing stuff together, and I really look forward to that. And also in celebrating your birthday together this year. So cheers to you. Love you. Bye.
So in my 54 years of life, I've been called a lot of things. I've been called smart. I've been called cute. I've been called funny. I've been called crazy, stubborn, beautiful, even stunningly beautiful. But I've never quite been called oatmeal until Manisha came along. And I think she meant it as a compliment. And I'm going to take it that way. My first thought was, does she think I'm mushy? But after giving it some more thought, look, oatmeal's really good for you. You always feel better after having a bowl of oatmeal. It keeps you healthy. It keeps your cholesterol down. It's dependable. It is always there. When you can't find anything else to eat, there's always oatmeal. So I'm going to say being called oatmeal, not the worst thing in the world. And you know what? Maybe I am the oatmeal of this family because everyone feels better after being with me. I can't say that with a straight face. But cheers to Manisha for keeping me humble, going from stunningly beautiful to oatmeal. Humble like my name, for keeping me laughing and for just being awesome. So happy birthday, Manisha.